How to start a contract recruitment business from scratch with little to no cash flow. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you in this video. In contract recruitment, you are the middleman between clients and contractors. Imagine you place a contractor for 600 euro and charge a client 700 euro. Your profit is 100 euro. Simple, right? Not exactly, and this for multiple reasons. Let's start with the first one, which is payment terms can vary. Some clients have 60-day payment terms, which means that they will pay you 60 days after you invoice them, while usually a contractor will expect 30-day payment terms. In this situation, you need to be able to advance cash. And even if the payment terms are mirrored, clients might be late and there could be invoice issues. And if a client doesn't pay on time and you have multiple contractors, debts can accumulate fast. For instance, two consultants costing 10k a month, which is 500 euro per day, could lead to 60k debt in just 3 months. Let's imagine the worst now. You realize a few months later that the client cannot pay and you advance money. You will be in a terrible position and this will probably be the end of your business. Because even if a contract protects you and your client is able to pay, it will take forever to have your money back. This is why starting with permanent recruitment is a better bet for quick profit and building cash flow. Then you can consider starting your contract recruitment business. But what if you want to start contract recruitment straight away? That's actually possible without taking that risk. And the first solution is to use management or payroll company services. They handle risk and admin tasks like contracts and invoicing. And here is how it usually works. So you charge the management company with the contractor's rate and your fee, and then the management company will charge the end client, adding their fee on top. And the margin is usually between 10 to 15 euro a day, which means that if we take the same example, so your contractor's rate is 600, your client's budget is 700, now your profit is no longer 100, but it will be 85 or 90 euro, for example. And working with a management company has pros and cons. Pros, they manage financial and contractual risks. They deal with paperwork and they often have pre-existing contracts with clients, making things easier for you and giving you access to clients you are not working with yet. And it is very interesting when you are working with bigger companies because very often they don't work with you because you don't have a framework agreement in place, and then you can prove yourself through that existing framework agreement from the management company, and then you can manage that client to have a contract with you. So it's great, but there are cons too. The first one, it adds complexity with an extra layer. And you also need to be able to explain this to your clients and candidates. My suggestion, keep it simple and just tell them that you outsource your admin to a partner. Also, obviously, your margin reduces. And the last cons, it often prevents you from having a direct contract with the client, which is vital for business growth and it makes you dependent. But in my opinion, when you are starting, it remains really a solid solution because management and payroll companies can also be quite helpful in other situations. Let's say that you have a temporary position, but your candidates prefer to keep his employee status. Payroll companies can handle the employment instead of you taking the risk and having them on your payroll. But if you don't want to use management companies because you want to keep your margin, because you don't want to add an extra layer in the process, and because you don't want to be dependent, then don't worry, there are alternatives. And the first one is to share risk with the contractor in your agreement. You might need to reduce your margin to make it fair though, because the contractor is now taking a bigger risk. And by sharing risk, I mean, for example, you have a clause in the contract stating that the contractor will only get paid once you get paid by the client. You might also mirror the payment terms so you don't need to advance cash. But here again, if the client doesn't pay, then you face the same kind of risk. So to avoid it, the second alternative is to arrange a direct contract between the contractor and the client. And you then charge your fee separately. For example, you could agree on a fixed 15% commission that you charge every month or every 3 months or after each extension. The main cons here is the risk for the candidates or the contractor to not see your added value after a while and to get rid of you. So that's how you can start placing contractors with limited cash flow. And as you can see, there is no perfect solution. They each come with their own challenges. Personally, I think it's best to make 10k a month consistently before starting a contract recruitment business. And if you want to know how to do that, I share my full and step-by-step strategy in this video. Leave a comment if you learn anything valuable and see you in the next one.